is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another exciting episode of The Burner Account. You got your boy Big Joe in the building, and with me, as always, we got Julio the Don, a.k.a. Don's Definites, in the building. We got a good little show in store for you. We have, of course, we're going to do that Cowboys talk. The Cowboys beat up on the Carolina Panthers this past weekend. Another beautiful exhibition game is what kind of look like a little scrimmage. I'm not talking smack because the Cowboys ain't doing anything. Let's be real. But it's always nice to be excited about your football team. We had Jerry talking about Mike and Mike this morning and the possibility of the two mics being a package deal. Should they be attached to one another, or is that something that should be taken into consideration individually? Also, we get into our first topic of the night, and that is one Devondre Campbell of the San Francisco 49ers quitting on his team. Should he be allowed to play another down in the NFL? Julio, I'm going to start with you, brother man. Devondre Campbell said, you know what? I'm not here for this. I played my ass off. Dre Greenlaw was hurt. And now all of a sudden, y'all want to let Dre Greenlaw come back and start. I don't know what he was really thinking, but they told him to go in there. He said, nah, pimp, I'm good. And walked off the field and said, we're done with it. In a situation like that, bro, what are your thoughts as a former football player and as somebody that coaches, things like that, man? Like, what are your thoughts when a particular player does something like that, when he's smelling himself so much that he just walks off and just quits on the team mid-game?
I mean, that's something that's a no-no in sports, in my opinion. There's never a time where you show up for a game, you suit up, you get ready to play, you've been practicing with the team all week. And then for me, the weirdest part of all that was that, you do all that, you put in all the work all week, and then all of a sudden you get to game time, people get hurt, people have to be sidelined or for whatever reason. Maybe you were hurt to begin the season and then somebody took your spot for the duration of your time that you've been injured. And then all of a sudden it's your turn to be called in again. Like we've always talked about, next man up. And you decide to be like, yeah, no, I'm good. I'm going to go ahead and sit right here and enjoy the popcorn and watch y'all continue to suffer, basically, because let's be real and honest, the Niners ain't doing so great, just as well as the Cowboys are. We basically have the same record right now, 6-8. So they're not doing really great right now. Yeah, they're dealing with a lot of injuries and things of that nature. But as a former player, if I see a teammate that's suited up and our coach walks over to him and says, hey, man, we need you to go in there. So-and-so got hurt. We need you to fill in this spot. And they just turn around and say, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. As a player, I'm losing all respect for you right then and there. I'm going to be like, you know what? The hell with you. Why the hell did you even decide to come out and play? Why the fuck would you suit up if you already had that mindset? If you don't want to play for the team, just say that. The coach side of me, if I see a player just straight up, if I go over to a player and I say, hey, I need you to get in, and they refuse and they're like, no, you better believe that's the last damn time you see the fucking field for the rest of the year. Hell, for the rest of the duration of your career at this point. I don't care. At that point, you are basically blackballed. You're blackballed yourself. Because any other team that tries to pick you up, they already know they got somebody that feels that they're above everybody else and that they can just do whatever the hell they want and feel like they have all the control. And that ain't the fucking case. We're paying you to come out here and perform. And if your ass shows up and you decide to be like in a job, you show up to work and you're like, yeah, no, I'm going to sit back and chill, watch Netflix all day, text on my phone, be on my phone all day and just chill and not do anything. What the hell do you think is going to end up happening? Your ass is out of there. You fired. Sorry. We don't need your ass no more. You can take your ass somewhere else to go do that. So,
brother, That's selfish, dog. Like, how do you really think you put yourself above every other player in that locker room, especially players that are coming back from injuries? Guys like Christian McCaffrey, who sacrificed his entire body to just try to get on the field. You got Pearsall, who got shot in the chest and came back 6 weeks later, and he's trying his best to get on that field. And then you got guys like Devondre Campbell. Like, I'm not saying he ain't shit because, like, ultimately you're in the NFL, you're doing, right? But you're not the caliber of a Fred Warner, of a Drake Greenlaw. You're just not. That just is what it is. There's levels. Not everybody's meant to be a starter in the NFL. They're still paying you thousands, if not millions of dollars to go out and perform a duty every Sunday.
Yeah.
When you're first called, your ass gets up and you go out there and you play to the best of your ability and you give it your 100%. When you do something like this and you put yourself above the team, you're basically telling everybody in that locker room, F y'all, I'm better than you. I'm more important than y'all. Y'all are on my time and it's all about me. I don't give a damn about nobody else in this locker room. I'm selfish and it's all about me. In a situation like that, dog, I like the fact that the 49er players were like, to hell with him. Like, we don't need him. Don't want him, don't need him. 49ers, they're going to bench him for the rest of the year. He won't play another down this year. They're not going to, because they don't want anybody else to pick him up and let him play. And if I'm another NFL team, why the hell would I be interested in bringing that into my locker room? That's a cancer. That's a cancer that you don't want, you don't need. That brings your whole morale down for your squad because you got a guy that thinks he's above reproach. You have a guy that values himself more than the coaches value him as a player. And that's not to say that he's a bad player. It's just, bro, you're not our starter. You're not to the level of the guys that are in front of you. No respect, but that's just what it is. You can't, bro, imagine if Cooper Rush went out there and he was like, I'm better than that. Y'all want me to sit my ass back down? Hell no. Hell no.
Hey, be careful what you say, because there are some Cowboy fans out here, delusional Cowboy fans, that say, look at Cooper Rush winning all these games. He's playing better than Dak. He's better than Dak at this point. So,
limp Cooper Rush out here with spaghetti arm ass, just throwing the ball all 5 yards down the field. Cooper Rush, huh?
Bro, and it also goes back to when you talk to most players that make it to the NFL, when they've anytime that any of them have been interviewed, you always hear the same thing as, you know, I've been given this I've been blessed with this opportunity to play in the NFL. I've been blessed to be able to make this a career, to be able to play at this level and get paid to play at the way that I'm playing. You know, whether they're backups, whether they're starters, whatever they are, it's very rare for anybody to make it all the way to the NFL. So for you to take advantage of that, for you to be like, oh, I'm bigger than the team, I'm bigger than the league, I'm bigger than any of this, it's all about me and my feelings and what I think is right. You're fucking wrong. You're wrong all the way across the board. This is a team sport. At the end of the day, yes, we do lean on, you know, certain players because they're star players, because they're the ones that stick out, you know, for certain teams. But at the end of the day, it's a team sport. And if you're not willing to contribute to that, then guess what? I'm, like you said, I'm glad that the rest of the players looked at that and they were like, well, the hell with you. Get the fuck out of here. We don't need that shit here. Tear your ass somewhere else. We don't need that. Because again, that it just causes, it's a cancerous, I guess, just a cancerous person that's just festering in that locker room. It's going to spread out to everybody else, and you don't want that.
Yeah, bro. Imagine like you go to work, right? There's always that one person at your job that's always miserable, always complaining, and in the back of your mind, you're like, bro, just quit. If you're that miserable, just quit, leave. Why are you here? Like, you bring the whole morale of the team down, the whole. organization here in this area is just, bro, like nobody wants to be around that negativity. But ultimately, what I feel like happened is Devondre Campbell realized, like, my 15 minutes of fame are up. I'm going back to the sidelines. Maybe he thought he had played himself into a more prominent role in that defense. But again, if you go back and you really think about it, bro, like the 49ers defense has always had some pretty stout players.
Mhm.
So for to want to be like, hey, you know what? I deserve to be one of the starting 11 on this squad. Bro, that's a team that you're going to be hard pressed to just find somebody like that that's going to be like, oh, I'm definitely working. I'm going straight to the number one spot. Like, nah, bro, that's not likely. Could it happen? It could happen. But in a situation like that, you're really going to have to work hard. And Devondre Campbell, you're just not that guy like that.
No.
You're just not. And again, that's not a knock against Devondre Campbell. What I will say is a knock against you is you have a piss poor attitude, a piss poor mindset. You're selfish. You think you're better than you really are ultimately. And good luck with your next
Good luck finding another team.
Exactly. And if you find somebody that's dumb enough to pick you up, good luck to them for doing it.
Mm-hmm.